there's a few things that I would like to say right now. I'm just going to take this time to express myself, unleash whatever the hell. None of it is hate. It's all purely my opinion. So if you don't like what I have to say, you can feel free to get the fuck off my page. Find another one. Stop watching the video. I don't give a fuck. So, a few days ago, it was Selena's birthday. She had most of the world thinking that she was going to have her first drink on her 21st birthday. I call bullshit. She's been drinking since God knows when, but this is not her first drink. She can say it's her first drink and y'all be idiots and just believe her, because most of you are all idiots. Another thing that I absolutely can't stand, it's not, like I said, it's not hate, it's purely my opinion. You don't like it, move the fuck on. I don't understand how it's okay for you to talk about Justin as if he's just some common piece of street crap. But when someone, asks you about it, you automatically want to shut down. Case in point, Selena did a satellite interview a few days ago. The interviewer asked her a question about Justin. She looked off camera at one of her people, smiled sweetly, and the satellite connection was over. You got some people reporting, oh, it was an accident. That shit was no accident. Newsflash. If you don't want people to ask about him, you should stop talking about him yourself. She spends more time than anyone else cashing in on his name. Apparently, she liked the picture of Rihanna's. I was talking about exes are always like, oh, I'll always be here for you. Then where the fuck were you when we were together? I got a few questions. Actually, I've got more than a few questions. Because if I recall correctly, Justin was there for her ass. Her ass followed him halfway across the damn globe. She invaded his fucking tour. He supported her ass. I remember 2 years ago he appeared as a surprise guest at one of her concerts. And a few of her concerts sold out purely because people thought he was going to be there. But it's not okay for people to ask you about him. It's okay for you to cash in on his name when you need publicity for something. But it's not okay for them to ask you questions in interviews. I don't understand it. It's okay for you to throw shade, talk shit, but it's not okay for people to ask you questions about him. If that's the case, she should have kept her fucking mouth shut. There should have never been a shade video. She should have never retweeted Twist's picture with those damn dots. She should have never went on Letterman talking about I made him cry. She should have never been the colossal bitch that she has been. But that's just me. Obviously, he can't be that too bad. He can't be that bad. He was spoiling your ass. Bought you shit. Fucker rented out Staples Center so her ass could see Titanic for the 30 millionth time. He obviously can't be that fucking bad. Supporting her. Went to Mexico with her to a friend of hers' wedding because she asked him to. Took her ass on a Hawaii vacation, which let's not even relive those goddamn pictures. He did everything under the moon for her ass. He made himself look like an ass at the AMAs 2 years ago. Carrying her damn dressed like a goddamn butler servant boy. I'm not gonna lie, he looked a little nice with his hair slicked back in a nice suit. But the whole picking up of the dress and holding her dress as she walked, no, I'm not here for that shit at all. Renting a fancy old school car to show up to the event in, he can't be that fucking bad. He went to the ESPYs with his dad that same year. It was a father-son outing, the ESPYs. 30 minutes into the damn show, Jeremy's nowhere to be found. Why? Because Selena showed up and she's sitting next to him. 10 minutes after that, we get a view of Jeremy sitting behind him. And let's not forget the Billboard's fiasco that was 2011, when this bitch sat in between him and his mother. Look, normally I'm pretty tame about it. If you follow me on Twitter, most of my shit's just jokes. Don't really take that shit seriously. But when you purposely, constantly bashing, talking shit, shading, all of that, you have no reason, you have no right to get mad when someone asks you about him. The least your ass could do is say thank you. The shit that's happened since the two of you were together would have never happened if your name wasn't attached to his. Hosting the Much Music Awards, a European Music Awards, the MTV Awards, all of that shit. None of that shit would have happened. Being invited to the Grammys, let's be real. Let's be real. And the Billboards, let's be real. When has she ever been invited to any of those venues? Ever? When have you ever seen her at any award show other than a Kids' Choice Award show? Let's be real. Let's think about it. Let's really think about this for a second. And then you have a movie coming out at the beginning of this year. What else can you do but talk shit and then fly across the globe to see him? Your movie flopped, but you still need publicity because you have a song coming out. Very first performance of said song sucked ass. You have a CD coming out. You need publicity. Let's take pictures. It's okay when you're using him for bullshit like that, and he's nice enough to help you. But it's not okay when people ask you about him. I just don't understand.